Good morning, children. Let us start with our third part of chapter number 1, Early Societies. We were talking about evolution. Evolution is the natural process by which an organism evolves from one form to another gradually. We learned that it is a complex biological process in which an organism inherits different features of its ancestors. There have been many theories on evolution, but the one described by Charles Darwin in his book On the Origin of Species is observed to be the foundation of evolutionary biology. In this work, Darwin described his scientific theory of how the population evolved by a process of natural selection along the generations. In this book, he justified how diversity of life evolved from a single ancestor. Ice Age, 2.5 million years ago. Now question arises as to when the phase of glaciation or an ice age came into being and how and which changes it brought in the process of human evolution. The answer to this is ice age or glaciation came into being around 2.5 million years ago. In this, large parts of the earth were covered with snow. It brought major changes in the climate and vegetation of the earth. There was a reduction in temperatures as well as in rainfall. That is why forests were reduced. As compared to it, there was an expansion of grassland areas. It led to gradual extinction of early forms of Australopithecus because they were adapted to live in forests. They were replaced by those species which were better adapted to drier conditions. These species include the representatives of the genus Homo. Homo. Homo is a Latin word meaning men, although there were women as well. Scientists distinguish amongst several types of Homo. The names assigned to these species are derived from what are regarded as their typical characteristics. So fossils are classified as Homo habilis, that is the tool maker, Homo erectus, the upright men, and Homo sapiens, the wise or the thinking men. Children, here are the images of Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and Homo sapiens. Primates. Primates are a subgroup of a larger group of mammals. They include monkeys, apes, and humans. They have body hair, a relatively long gestation period following birth, mammary glands, different types of teeth, and the ability to maintain a constant body temperature. A subgroup evolved from primates is known as hominoids. Hominoids are different from monkeys in a number of ways. They have a larger body and do not have a tail. Besides, there is a longer period of infant development and dependency amongst hominoids. 4 legs they have, front legs capacity to bend. Hominoids have a smaller brain than hominids. They are quadrupeds, walking on all fours but with flexible forelimbs. Hominids. Hominids have large size of brain, upright posture, bipedal locomotion, specialization of hand with which he could make tools and could use them. They have originated from hominoids. They have erected body with 2 legs. A question which is generally asked in the examination related to this hominoids and hominids is, from whom the hominids evolve, and write differences between the both. The answer to this is, the hominids evolved from the hominoids. Following are the differences between them. The hominoids have a smaller brain size as compared to hominids. The hominoids were quadrupeds and walked on all fours. On contrary to it, hominids have an upright posture and bipedal locomotion, means they walked on 2 feet. Marked differences are there in their hands. Hominids have such hands which enable them to make and use tools. What are the benefits of bipedalism to early humans? Bipedalism freed early humans' hands. Now he could use his hands for carrying infants or objects. As hands were used more and more, upright walking gradually became more efficient. Except from the advantage of freeing hands for different uses, quite less energy was consumed while walking as compared to the walking as a quadruped. But this advantage of saving energy was reversed at the time of running. Evidences of bipedalism are recovered from Hadar in Ethiopia. This figure is helping us to understand the evolution of the hand. A shows the precision grip of the chimpanzee. B shows the precision grip of the hominid. The development of the power grip probably preceded the precision grip. C shows the power grip of the human hand. This is how evolution of the hand took place. Children, the diagram below is showing the positive feedback mechanism. Can you list the inputs that went into tool making? The inputs that went into tool making were increase in size and capacity of brain, hands freed for using tools and carrying infants and objects, upright walking, visual surveillance, long distance while foraging and hunting. Children, can you tell me the processes that were strengthened by tool making? The processes that were strengthened by tool making were upright walking, visual surveillance, long distance walking while foraging and hunting, and increase in size and capacity of brain. This figure indicates the changes that came about as a result of human evolution. Figure A belongs to an ape. Figure B belongs to a species known as Australopithecus. Figure C belongs to a species known as Homo erectus, literally upright men. Figure D belongs to a species known as Homo sapiens, literally the thinking or the wise men.